Good Sunday morning, Tri-State. This is the Charlie Butler Real Estate Show. As always, I'm here with Candace DeArmond. Candace, who is the president of Butler DeArmond Real Estate, also the president of the Charlie Butler team. Good morning, Candace.
Good morning, Charlie. Good morning, Tri-State.
You know, while you're the president, I always notice you'll be in charge as long as it's not a problem. Yeah. And your problem, I just work here, go see Charlie,
Ask Charlie about that.
That's, no, Candace does a great job. Everybody is fond of Candace or at the very least respects her.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, no, they do. I hear nothing but good things about you. Seriously.
I think a whole lot of, we've got some members on our team. We've got a good group.
We do. I haven't had much of a chance to talk to you about this, but I think we're going to be adding two more. The Caitlin, that Ashley on our team is, and she's taking her test, I think, this week. Did you know that the test now, you guys schedule through the board?
No.
That's what she said. She tried to schedule hers at Ivy Tech. And they said you got to schedule through the board now. So I got a call today and find out about that.
Yeah, I did not know that.
That was the first I'd heard about that. And I met with a girl that Natalie, very impressive. I seen her the stuff she's getting licensed.
A good deal. Okay.
Much more impressive than Natalie. No,
Natalie is great. Charlie gives her a hard time like he does me.
Natalie is great. And so we really do. We talk about the new ones. We do have a good group. Ashley Wilkinson, for example. Ashley, when we first talked to her, she was so shy.
Yes. I thought, I don't know how she's going to talk to people because she's so shy.
Yeah.
And she has hit the ground running. She's really, really she's great.
She's done great. She's good for the team.
Absolutely.
She's funny. And as I was telling you, we were talking on the phone last night. She just, over the weekend, sold the first house I ever sold.
I know you were telling me that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Everything just came full circle there.
It took 25 years. But, it did. Yeah.
There it goes.
But it doesn't have the red countertops in anymore. And we won't talk about the red countertops.
No, let's not talk about the red countertops.
No story about the red countertops.
No.
Of course, LaDon would come in and throw us off the air.
Well, we're not going to tell that story.
Okay. And then let's see. We talked just a little bit about Natalie, but Natalie does commercial and residential, and very talented.
Yes, she is.
And she's part time now, looking to go full time, and we're anxious for that. Our office manager now and salesperson, she does great to Kelly Pike.
Yeah, and Kelly she's really. Her sales were great. She's done a great job, but whenever she took over the office manager role, she's really turned things around and gotten in there and done a really good job.
She really has. And but I saw Kelly last night, and I hadn't talked to her, but I didn't get very close because she was sick.
Is she sick?
Yeah. Yeah, she looked
pretty bad.
She didn't look good at all. And but she was in there getting some stuff done.
Yeah.
So let's see, and of course the Trevor Meese, who Candace played him as those regular listeners of the show. They probably heard this. Trevor was 21 when he started with the team, and I just wasn't getting through to Trevor. I was about ready to throw him out the window, and we're on the third floor, and so Candace just kind of took over there.
He just was. It was all new to him, and he had a little bit of he had a little growing up to do. As far as with his business, he had to learn that. Okay, wait, I'm in charge here, and I've got to.
Right.
He was 21. He'd only up until that point had the typical boss that says you do this and then you do this and then you do this and you take lunch and then you go home, and so he just needed a little bit of direction, and he's done great. I'm very proud of him.
He has done very well, and I'm proud of him, and I'm proud of what you did. with him.
Thanks. I remember you said, well, I don't know what you're going to do. You were going through whenever I first took the director of sales position, and you were kind of telling me what my role would be, and then you said, and Trevor, I don't know what you're going to do with Trevor. Just keep me from throwing him out the window. And I was like, I think Trevor's got a lot going there we're going to be pleasantly surprised with, and we have been.
And we have. I mean, Trevor's. I've become very close to Trevor since then.
Yeah.
And he's really. Trevor, I guess, he's 25, 26 now.
He's 26 now.
He's been with us about 5 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he's done a great job. Mainly, he's doing residential and commercial. Mm-hmm. I always find it funny, these commercial and some residential people don't think you can do both. And as you know.
You can.
You can.
Yeah, you absolutely can.
You're working with a local bank or
mm-hmm.
credit union, I should say.
Yeah.
And you've done a great job with him. We worked with him before.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And we're working with some East Coast apartment buyers.
Mm-hmm.
And so, by the way, anybody out there that's listening that owns apartments, we have several different buyers right now.
Yes, we do.
And even they can be smaller complexes for some, but we've also got guys looking 100 units and over.
Mm-hmm.
So either way, give us a call. 812-499-7758, and or go to charliebutlerteam.com. Let's see Marianne Yoder.
Marianne has done an excellent job. She's
improved every year.
Yes, she has, and her clients love her. She really does go above and beyond for her clients. So
she does.
We're really, really happy to have Marianne.
Oh, absolutely, and. Unfortunately, I know Marianne's a little depressed right now because of her grandbaby's moving away.
Yeah.
She's okay that her daughter's moving. She don't care about that stuff, but just leave the grandbaby,
Yeah. I came in. I think it was the week before last. Marianne was in there and she was watching her granddaughter. Marianne had a closing, and they looked so cute. They were dressed the same, they matched, and it was because she had to take her with her, and her granddaughter's just a year and a half old, so it was really cute. But she's definitely not, it's going to be sad to have her daughter and granddaughter and son-in-law move to Florida. So, but she'll be visiting, and that gives her a nice sunny place to go in the wintertime to visit.
It does. And of course, we don't want. Well, we got a couple people, 3 people I can think of. Of course, Tanya Gibson.
Absolutely, and Tanya has been working on our foreclosure market, and she's doing a very good job.
She is
getting in there and learning more and more about the foreclosure side of it, and I'm really excited to see Tanya take off in that direction.
Yeah, and. Her other sales, she's got some good listings now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I know she's working with a couple of buyers. So yeah, she's starting, she's doing well.
She is. She's doing very well. And then we also have Wenda on our team, who is I didn't know how she was going to do it. Actually, I sold Wenda and her husband a house, and I shopped with them for a while, and before we were getting ready to close on their house, she let me know that she was getting her real estate license. And she was asking me about, coming and possibly working with us. And Wenda owns 2 restaurants in town, 2 very successful restaurants, at Osaka in Newburgh, and then there's one on the west side. And I know how busy she is just from whenever I was shopping for homes with them. Her schedule was really tight. And I thought, how on earth is she going to balance a career in real estate with, how busy she is with these restaurants? And her husband, Brad, is a huge, he also helps with the restaurants. But I don't know how much of the cooking he does. I think Wenda is the cook. I think she's an excellent cook. But anyway, she has just blown me away with how she got in there, and somehow she balances 2 restaurants and her clients are very pleased with her, and she just keeps going. So we're really proud of Wenda.
Absolutely, because
I don't know when she sleeps.
I don't either. No, because she also has small children, doesn't she?
She has one small son.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's 4.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But she recently, I know, lost a couple key employees, and she stepped in there, done their work until she got somebody else, and still done real estate.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, she's still kept up with everything. So I'm very proud of her.
And our newest addition, Kathy French.
Yes, and Kathy has been an agent for a very long time.
Longer than me, actually. 28 years, I believe.
Mm-hmm. I believe I mentioned it that day that Kathy was on the show, but Kathy actually, she was our realtor, my ex-husband and I's realtor several years ago. So, and she did a great job.
Kathy won't cause you to get divorced. It wasn't Kathy's fault.
It was not her fault. No, she did a great job. So, and Kathy's really good. She
is, and I know she's about to get a listing in Mount Vernon that she's really excited about, and she has several buyers, but she's having the same problem right now that we all have is inventory.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Inventory is
find the right thing for them, but and how, Candace, I know you're very good at this, so, and everybody else complains, but I don't hear you complain about this much. How do you find the inventory for your buyers when others are complaining?
Well, sometimes I don't, but I every morning I get on the MLS and I go through the MLS and I see any changes, any new listings, anything that's went pending. And I'll watch that too, whenever they're pending, because sometimes they'll come back on the market and you can get in there quick. So I watch the MLS pretty close to see, what's there. And I'll call my clients and say, hey, we got to go and we got to move on it now. And, I'm pretty, I'll go out and do video tours. If there's, for some reason they can't make it, I'll go and do a video tour and get that underway. And then there's a lot of talking too. I talk to a lot of people. So sometimes I'll know about something that's coming on the market. And, if I know about something that's coming on the market, I'm waiting, like, okay, when can we see it? So that's it too. But I also have felt what everybody else complains about too. I just don't say it as much. Well, at least not out loud.
Well, you're out and you're constantly looking,
Yeah.
You really take your clients' needs very seriously.
Yeah. Well, you also will hear people, all
I'm
the
not
time.
saying other agents don't. I'm not putting any agents
No,
down.
everybody does a good job of doing that. I think the other thing is I've been doing this for a while now. And so a lot of people talk to me about real estate that they don't have their house listed yet, or they're not ready to buy yet. But they'll talk to me about it. And if somebody says, I'm thinking next spring I'm going to sell my house that's located in this particular area and it's 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and then I will get someone who says, I want this particular area, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and I'll call that person and say, hey, I know you said you wanted to wait until May, but I think I've got somebody now, and we get it going that way too. So it's really just kind of listening and remembering, wait, who just told me they were going to list something over there? So
So how do you handle this? And this was always a tough one for me. Is somebody, and I'll use the bi-level thing as an example. Somebody comes to you and they say, look, they tell you where they want to be. They tell you what they want. We'll take anything except the bi-level. And so many times they wind up with a bi-level. So, or whatever that is that they don't want. We always use the bi-level. How do you handle that, making sure that they see things that they've told you they don't want to see?
I send them anyway, and I let them know, hey, this met enough of the points that you told me. This this checked enough boxes on there, so it's still going to be sent to you. It might be a bi-level, but it's still, you don't have to look at it if you don't want. But it checked all these boxes that you told me you wanted. And a lot of times that's how someone ends up in a bi-level whenever they said they didn't want a bi-level. They look and they're like, wait a minute, fenced-in yard, in the right price range, right amount of bedrooms, right?
The area they want.
Right. The area that we want. It's the kitchen that they want, and the
school system, that they want. Yeah.
Right. So.
And, I think, I'm not saying don't listen to your client because, what's most important is taking care of their needs. But sometimes.
Well, that is what you're doing, is listening to your client.
They don't know always what, and as you said, it checked almost all the other boxes. Mm-hmm. So you still send it.
Right, right. I'll still send it over. And, you get some people that they say, no, I don't want that. But then you get some people that they're like, oh, no, that has everything that I want.
And it's a really nice house, except for the fact that it's a bi-level.
Right. Right.
And we're not saying bi-levels are bad. We're just using that as an example here. Mm-hmm. But it seems like that's the one we hear more.
Oh, yeah, I do hear that one a whole lot.
Yeah. Well, people not wanting that many steps. I think it's a lot. Mm-hmm. I always hear, well, I'll bring the groceries in. A problem you don't have, of course.
I still have to bring them in. They put them on my porch, and I carry them inside. Put them all away. They don't have a service yet for that.
Yeah. Candace's successes went to her head in some ways.
No, it is not. It is a time-saving thing. It's a time-saving thing to have my groceries delivered. And it doesn't cost that much to do it.
How much does it cost?
Well, I pay for Walmart Plus, so $12.99 a month. And then I tip, of course, but it's worth every penny of that tip to not have to go into a grocery store and wait in lines. I am not a line. I'm very impatient. I always have I'm late for everything.
She's
Charlie.
a busy person. She's got lots of stuff to do. Ain't got time for
You're impatient?
A little.
I didn't know that. So as I always say about people that say, well, I'm going to get a part-time job instead. I say, and they're going to make $10 an hour. Mm-hmm. I say, and they're going 20 hours a week, $200. I say, now, if you were lead generating and you got one client out of that, and you would make a few $1,000s, most likely. This is kind of like being in the grocery store too.
Yeah, I just choose to prospect in different ways.
Okay, all right. But we won't bring that up.
No, but we do need to pay some bills.
Oh, yes, we do need to pay some bills.
Yeah.
And thank you very much. Because and the Charlie Butler Real Estate Show is brought to you by Bossy Title, and Candace and I both use them, and we just really can't say enough good things about Bossy because anybody, any title company can do. Hand it to them. There's nothing wrong. It all goes well. What makes Bossy stand out, I think, is when there's problems. Mm-hmm. They make sure they get it. They do I can't tell you they're going to solve everything because some things just can't be solved. But they go way, way beyond.
Yeah.
To get it solved.
Yeah, they absolutely do.
And so Jeff Bossy and he's got a great staff, and we don't usually mention it because he's got so many people. We're going to lose somebody. We'll leave somebody out.
Right. We can't start naming names because we'll inevitably we will forget a name. But they all do a great job. So
and for you Law and Order fans, Claire Kincaid works there.
And you can reach all of them at 812-421-4000.
Yeah. Oh. Claire Kincaid did not die in that car wreck.
I knew you were going to follow up with that. We're going to play a drinking game every time you say Chief Frenchie Officer or Claire Kincaid, we're going to take shots. And we'll see if we can walk out of here. What do you think, Bobby?
He's going to keep saying it till people know that reference. That's a 40, 50-year-old reference you're making there.
Yes.
That's an old reference.
It's not that old. Well, maybe
That's probably
is Law and Order that old?
Late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah,
definitely.
For the early episodes.
Ooh, that is
Jerry Orbach.
Remember
Jerry Orbach, who's Lenny Briscoe.
Yeah.
He had fell off the wagon and had a few drinks. And so she was taking him home and got hit by a drunk driver.
Yep.
And she was...
That means she was moving on to another show.
Yeah, that's what that means.
Needed to get her off of Law and Order.
Her contract was up.
She wasn't coming back.
That's right.
She'd be dead. So, yeah, as we said, folks at Bossy Tyler are great. So, but we've also, Candace, we've got some good programs at the Charlie Butler team that not everybody offer.
Yeah. We've got our easy exit listing. If you list with us and, you're unhappy with us for any reason, then we will let you out of the listing. We won't hold you to it.
Well, yeah, you tell us, we'll let you out immediately. The only caveat to that, you can't get out once we sell your house, okay? And
if we are under contract, with a buyer, then that's you're in there.
I have never had anybody try that. I never have.
No, I don't believe I have had anybody try that either.
No,
and I've had some doozies, but not that.
Yes, you have.
Yeah. And then we also have the if we can't sell it, we'll buy it.
Yep. And we've got several different investors that participate in that. They'll go look at your home, and within 48 hours, we'll have you an offer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this is mainly for people that want their home sold very quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're always right up front. If Candace comes out and lists your house, she's going to go for full retail of the house. If you do it through this program, you're going to get wholesale price.
Right.
So it may be worth it to you.
Mm-hmm.
If there's something you need to do or move quickly, it could be worth it to you. It's there for you. So
yeah, it is a program that we offer.
But if you don't have to do something just immediately, and it's pretty quick on our listings, list your home.
Right. You're going to get more money for your home if you have a traditional sale on it. That's going to be, and we have a lot of ways that we market your home for a traditional sale to get you the best dollar that we can.
Yeah, of course, radio here, and we even go so far as we sponsor the weather on Bobby's show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you do it on several stations. Yeah.
WJLT, WKDQ.
And
what's the other? What's the not hard? No, what's the more? The kids station.
It's on Kiss 106. Yeah.
Kiss 106. Yeah. And
did you call that the kids station?
Yeah. Well,
it is.
He's not wrong.
I know he's really not. I feel so old that I'm gonna call it that I knew what he was talking about.
The people that listen to Kiss, we would consider them kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But the reason for that, and what our advertising agency said the soccer moms are held hostage by that station.
Well, because their kids want to listen to it.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
And that's where Tanya on our team, Tanya Gibson, when she picks her daughter always wants to listen to that station, and she said, "I hear our commercial all the time." And I said, well, and she told me, Kiss, and now overwhelmingly in this area, no offense here, Bobby, but it's KDQ.
Oh, sure. Without a doubt.
Because they've got such a huge audience.
Yeah, they've got a big signal and big audience. Absolutely.
Yeah. I was listening to them, and we were going to French Lick, and they almost got to reach French Lick. They were right at the edge of French Lick before it got a little static and stuff.
Yeah.
And they reach over in Southern Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. well, we reach in Southern Illinois here. I didn't realize that.
Oh, yeah.
But
an AM signal can stretch really far, on a clear day. You know, absolutely.
I got a friend. I saw him at other people were at their 50th class reunion. They invited me.
We'll invite this young kid.
Yeah, exactly. And he said, and there was some story, Candace. I don't remember what it was now. We were telling. Probably you were telling the story, not me. And we cut out, and he didn't hear the end of it.
Oh no, that's the worst.
Yeah.
And that is bad.
Yeah. So, but he said he listens to us pretty regularly.
Great.
So over in Southern Illinois. So David, hello. And
hi, David.
What up, Dave?
And his current girlfriend, I guess I should say lady by this time, but was my prom date my junior year.
Huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3-4 years ago.
Right, just a few years ago.
Yeah. We've been around so long. You only know what this is. Bobby might. You know what teen towns are?
Teen towns?
Teen towns.
Teen town? I don't think I'm familiar with that term.
I have no idea.
Okay, when I was a kid.
Is this an Illinois thing?
No, it's not just an Illinois thing. When I was a kid, they had, like high school, they had places for, they wanted places for kids to go.
Okay, sure.
So they would have, like a building that basically probably wasn't being used. Town would fix it up somewhat. A lot of times have cheap band in there, but or somebody playing, kids could dance and things like that. Mainly for high school kids.
Sure.
So I lived in El Dorado, Illinois, about 30 miles up the road. It's Carmi, Illinois. Mm-hmm. And I think we hear about, you hear about Carmi every once in a while.
Yeah.
And so we go to Carmi. I had a friend of mine tell me, he said, let's go to Carmi. He said, I hear that band that they've got tonight is really good. It was Head East.
Really?
Yes.
Playing in Carmi.
Wow.
We at a teen town.
Wow.
Huh.
Yeah.
Before they hit it big, I guess.
Oh yeah, before they hit it big.
Yeah.
And so they used to make that whole circuit, the teen town circuit.
Huh.
Yeah. Because every small town had one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it really was a good thing for the kids because
I've just never heard it referred to as teen town.
That's what they
We
call
had
it.
funkies too.
Yeah, you have
here,
teen
but I
clubs
wasn't
and things
allowed
like
to
that.
go.
But, yeah, that's interesting.
And
Yeah.
neons, that was another one.
Mm-hmm.
I can name all of the ones that all my friends would go to, and I was not allowed to go. So, thanks, Reg.
But I've been the original Funkies.
Yeah. No, I was way too young for that.
But there were things that went on there that didn't go on in Teen Town.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't get to go to Funkies too, so my dad wouldn't let me go into any of those places.
Funkies was the original Funkies was neat. I mean, it was just
my parents were.
It was everything. It was everything everybody said it was. Mm-hmm. And they had.
See, that's probably why I wasn't allowed in Funkies too, because of whatever was going on in Funkies, the original.
Yeah, the original Funkies. Do you remember the original Funkies, Bobby? You old?
No, that's a little bit before my time.
A little bit.
Yeah.
That was
down here at least.
Yeah. I know we only got a minute left, but you'd walk in. There'd be just a bar where you sit and talk. Mm-hmm. There'd be a bar where there would be a certain kind of music playing. Mm-hmm. Go over here. There's like 6 bars in there. You go someplace else. Harder rock was playing. Over here, dance music was playing. I mean, the place was huge.
Yeah.
And then when it opened with Funkies 2, I was in there only a couple times. It was basically a disco. Because disco was hot then.
Okay, so the Funkies 2 I'm talking about, later on in the 90s opened up a teen club.
Under 18, I guess.
Yeah. And that was I got as far as the parking lot, and my dad pulled up.
Busted.
I could tell you a story about a friend of mine at Funkies, but we won't.
But we're out of time.
Yeah, let's not.
We are out of time.
Okay, Candace, how can they reach you?
They can call me on my cell at 812-455-6338 or the team phone, which is 812-430-1708.
You can call me at, if we can't sell your home, we'll buy it, 812-499-7758. So, For Candace DeArmond and Bobby Gates, this is Charlie Butler. Have a great Sunday.
The following program is paid for by the Charlie Butler team. This program has been paid for by the Charlie Butler team. From the Kate Foppel Ford Studios, this is Newstalk 1280 WGBF.